Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jules. I'm excited to have you here as always. And today we're going to be discussing the power of now. Imagine standing at the edge of a river. The water flows steadily past you, always moving, never stopping. You could stand there all day watching it flow, but you can never step into the same water twice. That's the present moment. It's always here, always flowing, yet so many of us spend our time looking downstream toward the future or upstream toward the past, missing the beauty and power of the water rushing right in front of us. The present moment is the most powerful place to live. It's where everything happens. Your life doesn't exist in the past, which is gone, or in the future, which hasn't arrived yet. Your life is happening right now. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can unlock the incredible power of the presence. But here's the problem. Most of us are prisoners of our own minds. We're either reliving old wounds, regretting past mistakes, or anxiously worrying about what's ahead. Our thoughts pull us away from the now, chaining us to illusions of time that rob us of peace, joy, and clarity. So, what does it mean to live in the now? And why is it so transformative? Well, let's break it down. When you live in the past, you're stuck. Maybe you're replaying an argument, reliving failure, wishing things had gone differently. The past can teach us, yes, but it can also trap us if we let it define who we are today. Similarly, when we live in the future, you're disconnected. You're consumed with worry about what might happen or not really in the present enjoying what's happening, but just thinking ahead and letting time go by. You essentially miss the beauty of what's right in front of you. But the now is different. The now is alive. It's the only place where you have control, where you can take action, where you can feel fully alive. The choices you make in the moment shape your future and rewrite your relationship with the past. Your mind is a wonderful tool, but it can also be a trap if you let it take over. Your thoughts are often stuck in loops, endless patterns of what ifs, should haves, and could haves. This mental chatter pulls you away from the simplicity and the power of now. Now, let me tell you a story about Emma. Emma's life was the picture of modern day stress. Her rent had gone up in the last year, forcing her to cut back on little pleasures like her morning coffee or dinners out with friends. At work, rumors of layoffs had everyone walking on eggshells, and Emma couldn't stop worrying about whether she'd still have a job in 6 months or in a shorter amount of time. On top of that, every time she scrolled through social media, she felt like everyone else had their life figured out. They were on dream vacations, they were getting promotions, and their lives were picture perfect. Meanwhile, she couldn't even fall asleep without her mind racing through everything that she needed to fix. She tried to distract herself by binge watching shows or scrolling on her phone for hours, but it only made her feel more disconnected. She felt like she was constantly chasing something: stability, happiness, or even just a moment of peace. But it always seemed just out of reach. So one night, after another sleepless evening filled with worry, Emma sat up and decided she couldn't go on like this. She opened up her laptop and searched how to stop feeling so stressed all the time. As she scrolled through articles and videos, one idea kept appearing: living in the present moment. It sounded almost too simple to work, but the more she read, the more it made sense. Every source she found seemed to echo the same truth. Peace and clarity don't come from controlling the future or rewriting the past. They come from fully experiencing the now. Emma decided to give it a try. She started small. The next morning, instead of rushing through her routine with her mind already at work, she paused. She took a deep breath, felt the warm water on her hands as she washed up, and noticed the taste of her coffee for the first time in months. Later, during her lunch break, she sat outside and focused on the feel of the sun on her skin, the sounds of birds chirping, and the rhythm of her breath. These moments were tiny, but they were enough to anchor her to the present. And for the first time in weeks, she felt a sense of calm. Living in the now isn't about ignoring the past or giving up on your future dreams. It's about approaching life with full awareness and intentionality. When you're present, you're able to respond to life's challenges with clarity instead of reacting out of fear. You're able to fully experience joy without being distracted by what's next. You're able to make better decisions because you're grounded in the moment. As Emma continued her practice, she noticed profound changes. She couldn't control whether her rent went up again or if layoffs happened, but she could control how she responded. Instead of spiraling into fear, she focused on what she could do today. She updated her resume, she reached out to connections, and started budgeting more carefully. She stopped comparing her life to others on social media, realizing that most of what she saw wasn't real anyway. Emma didn't change her circumstances overnight, but by living in the now, she changed her relationship to them. She became calmer, more focused, and even more optimistic about what the future held for her, because she was no longer living entirely in it. Living in the present doesn't require a life overhaul. It's about small, consistent practices that anchor you to that moment. So I want to talk about a few ways that you can get started. So the first thing you can do is pause and breathe. When you catch yourself overthinking, stop and take a deep breath. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This simple act grounds you and brings your attention back to the now. Another thing you can do is engage your senses. Notice what you can see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. For example, if you're drinking coffee, pay attention to its warmth, its aroma, and its flavor. Engaging your senses pulls you out of your mind and into your body. Number 3, you can practice gratitude. This is huge. Take a moment to appreciate something about your current situation. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's here. It reminds you that this moment, no matter how small, it has value. Number 4, let go of judgment. When you're present, you're not judging whether something is, good or bad. You're simply experiencing it. Let go of the need to label everything and just let it be. This is so important. And number 5, set daily intentions. Each morning, ask yourself, how can I show up fully today? Setting an intention creates a mental anchor that keeps you focused on the present. When you live in the now, you unlock the ability to transform your life. You can let go of the weight of the past, free yourself from the fear of the future, and fully embrace the possibilities of today. This, of course, doesn't just make you more productive or peaceful, it makes you more alive. So the next time you find yourself caught in a loop of regret or worry, I want you to remember this. The river is flowing. The water is here now. Step into it. Feel it. Let the power of the present moment carry you forward. The life you want doesn't exist in the past or in the future. It exists right here in the now. So please give it a try and see how you feel, and let me know in the comments. Thanks again for joining me, and I'm excited to see you next time.